can't see.
Good. Because I couldn't reach the stuff on top.
It's a weird crystal orb,
The orb.
It is the fog ball.
if you say so.
With a battery and turnkey?
It's a weird metal helmet.
It is the dream helmet.
Of course it is. Tired?
I worry if I slept in that thing, I'd get transformed into a monster or something.
I worry that sleeping at a 45-degree angle would be bad for my back.
You are old.
Big glass bell jars with creepy things inside.
If I had a penny for every time we go somewhere and there's big glass bell jars with creepy things inside.
The dream chamber?
Looks more like an apothecary.
The what?
An old-timey potion shop.
Thank you.
A set of small glass bottles.
Poison?
Might just be perfume.
I'll meet you in the middle at poisoned perfume.
Drag the bottle caps and swap them into the correct droppers. A crimson hue upon the label. And this one's very viscous too. So the moon can be either the face, the EX, or the IX. Aerated with effervescence. Okay, I think that's the effervescent one. You drip fast. You also aerate. You're viscous. You drip fast. You drip very slowly. The eye goes a conspicuous. Okay, excels. Let's see, a gluttonous. Okay, so that confirms. That's the only viscous one. Drips with a hurried cadence. So ignore the purple one. So the sun is either... The sun is either this one or this one. Aerated with effervescence. Exhales a curious vapor. Okay, so purple one's correct. I know this much. The bird head has to be either this one or this one. Okay, so the bird head and the arrow, they can be either of those two. They can't be anywhere else. The moon has to be on something with red. And the eye has to be on something with X. But all the X ones are taken. Unless...
6 bottles.
I guess each bottle has a specific
Hmm. Alright, let's see. A gluttonous viscosity. Of course, as I said, that one we know is correct. Conspicuous X upon the label, so it can only be on this one or this one. Oh, wait, never mind. I'm realizing. The aerated with effervescence, that's not the opening, it's the bubbles. So the arrow can be this or this or this. Okay. So the bird head can only be one of these two. That's an X. Wait, no, the bird head is... Yeah, there we go.
I guess that's wrong.
Some of the clues reference things that aren't, so we might need to investigate the problem.
That's not it.
Lifting the droppers allows you to there, just keep swapping the caps and...
I just want to check what, air...
Bubbles.
Right, yeah, I knew that.
Okay, bubbles. So you drip fast and you need to be... You need to be where there's bubbles. You need to be where there's a fast drip.
That's not it.
Lifting there, just bubbles.
Right, yeah, I knew that.
Okay, so... You need to be with conspicuous X. You need to be where there's vapor. You need to be where there's bubbles. You need to be where there's a fast drip. And you're the only one who doesn't matter anymore. Thank you for the wellness check, Tay. Okay, I know I got this one wrong because it needs to be on a crimson label.
There we go.
Okay, it was just a one swap. Wait,
Nice.
that took longer than it should have.
Is anything going to happen?
Oh,
The glass moved.
Let's take a closer look at that bookshelf.
No. Oh, I don't like that. Can this game stop?
I think I can see a face in there.
That's probably just pareidolia.
Who?
The human habit of seeing faces where there aren't... Okay, no, I just saw it too. This one's not really a book.
Looks more like a magazine.
Caretakers Collective Quarterly Journal. Lillian's Locket. Lillian Lucian was a witch of some infamy before her untimely and at the hands of a curse. Silver Snake Skull. No eye sockets. His golden pulp. Made from an unknown material from 90% similar to gold. The hand is said to be able to... 90% similar to gold? That's a Tangle Tower reference. And this one, The Mermaid's Tongue. This was the working title of the game before they settled on the Mermaid Mask. Requires a special key to operate. Both the key and the mermaid's tongue itself are rumored to be lost at sea. curious.
The 7 secrets of
Onirology?
The 7 Secrets of Onirology by Edward Edmonton.
Prophecy from Parapsychology by Halcyon Hardwick. It is Speaking, If You Are Listening by Carl Cavendish.
Divine Exolinguistics by Mary Morala.
A Ghost Rises Before Me by Joseph Jenkins.
The Magician of the Soul by Annabel August.
A Dusty Old Cloth.
Alright,
So, Dr. Zephyr, I'm guessing you don't have an actual doctorate.
Correct. I walk not the path of formal academic recognition, not for lack of trying, you understand. 8 separate institutions turned me away, asserting that my ideas were, quote, incompatible with our modern world. They forget, of course, that the modern world is a fleeting and ever-changing thing. Indeed, all of history's greatest scientists battled with such short-sighted stubbornness.
So, you want to be one of history's greatest scientists and fundamentally change how we view the world?
Is that so much to ask?
I mean, yeah, it might be.
So then how did you end up studying dreams?
It was the result of acquiring a particular specimen. It opened up new ways to study the subconscious mind.
A specimen? Like what? An animal?
Yeah, I'm picturing like a lizard floating in a jar of formaldehyde.
Something like that.
So, what are you working on now? Here in your dream chamber?
I'm studying subconscious spirit transmissions, analyzing their meaning, their intention.
Do you need to be in a submarine to do that?
Of course not. However, positioning myself here affords me other opportunities.
Like what?
The possibility of studying the most important specimen of all.
oh.
If her transmission could be analyzed, interpreted, it would be an unparalleled discovery.
Her?
She is all that stirs in the minds of men that they shall never know. A being known only as the Mermaid.
A person?
I've told you all I know.
Then apparently you don't know much at all.
Correct.
Fucking what?
I believe this is a painting of Magnus's old boss and landlord.
Is that who she is?
Felicia, her name was.
And you met her?
I laid eyes on her briefly when I first visited Silkworm.
What happened to her?
I couldn't say.
Mortuga never told you?
No.
Maybe he didn't know either.
I believe this to be a depiction of a being known as the Mermaid. However, I've nothing to compare it with, as it's the only depiction I know of.
It doesn't look much like a mermaid.
It doesn't look much like anything, really. Except for the fact it's got a face. At least, I think that's a face.
Stories alluding to such a being were the reason I traveled to Silkworm in the first place. However, I was disappointed to discover that nobody in town seemed to know what I was talking about. It seems to be a secret held by only a very select few.
Ominous.
What is this, anyway?
It is what it says it is, a quarterly journal of listings and inquiries.
I noticed the prices are listed as ounces, and that's gold, I'm pretty sure.
These numbers are merely a way to ascribe a universal value. Most transactions take the form of a trade, exchanging items of equivalent worth.
Oh wait, so are these things that people have and they want to sell? Or is it stuff people want to buy?
Both.
What about that last one? The mermaid's tongue.
Likely the most contentious item ever to be listed in the journal. Desperately coveted by those who believe, and disdained by those who don't.
Those who believe what?
That such a thing could even exist.
Huh.
A photograph of a divine moon ritual. The man holds the orb aloft, and the being within is imbued with rays of mystic light, granting eternal moon wisdom.
Eternal Oh, moon wisdom, huh?
I have that. I skipped the ritual, though. I was just born with it.
Impressive.
Also, I can shoot moon lasers out of my eyes.
Now you're just being ridiculous.
She's so funny.
It seems I'm not the only curiosity collector on board. This book, if it is indeed a book, has clearly got a story to tell. Fascinating. Some unseen entity is attempting to speak with us through the radio.
I think it's just broken.
Of course it's broken. That's precisely what opens it up to ethereal transmission. Magnus and I installed this in the captain's cabin shortly after we left port for the first time. It is exceptionally heavy.
Did Mortuga tell you why he wanted a big iron bell hanging over his desk?
He merely said it was an object of great importance and that he'd like to keep it close by.
Do you have any idea what it is?
He referred to it as a bell, Detective.
Yeah, just going by the shape. But it doesn't ring, so we're not sure.
You may be more correct than you know. Personally, I believe it is a bell. Not in the musical sense, but rather a diving bell, which is to say it's designed to be lowered to the ocean floor.
With a person inside?
I doubt it. It's not really big enough.
How come the goggles are blacked out?
It is a weighted sleeping mask.
To induce REM sleep?
Correct.
What's REM sleep?
That's the kind of sleep where you dream.
Aha. So what's the big funnel on top?
It is an energy filter.
So it filters the dreams as they come out of your head?
The opposite.
It filters the dreams on their way into your head?
Correct.
Oh yeah, dreams are transmissions from another dimension. I forgot.
But what's the point of filtering them? What does it do?
To study the transmission, it is first necessary to change the format of the energy signature.
Oh, like when you change a WAV to an MP3.
This is a syntax with which I am not familiar.
Where do you get this from?
It is on loan from Miss Silkmoth.
So it's for some kind of magic trick.
I thought it was a crystal ball, like a fortune teller would use.
Indeed, it is a divining orb of a sort. However, I am not using it to see into the future, for such a pursuit is not but folly and nonsense.
Right, but I'm sure whatever you're using it for is totally rational and sensible.
Do not question the orb.
I'm always doing that. Dr. Zephyr, is this yours?
I don't immediately recognize it.
You sure? It really looks like something that'd belong to you.
Of course, I do concede that I have many similar bottles here in my dream chamber, so it's wholly possible that it originated in my collection.
Nice answer. Totally non-committal.
Ponder the orb. Don't question. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'll bite. What's a hex bottle?
It is a glass container with a hex inside.
A hex like a magic spell?
I've been forthcoming thus far. Unusually so for a man of my nature. However, certain things I shall be keeping to myself, especially if it has no bearing on your investigation.
What if we can prove it's got something to do with the murder or the crime scene?
Ah, well then you'd have forced my hand, wouldn't you?
Let's ask another about a suspect.
I first learned about Symmetry from a newspaper article detailing her residency at the Fortuna Hall Theater. On the surface, it was merely a review of a magic show, but I felt something behind it, something of great interest. To me, it spoke of someone with a close connection to the ethereal plane. Taking an excursion from the submarine, I attended the performance. Afterward, I requested an audience with Miss Silkmoth herself. And speaking with her for a scant few minutes, I learned two things. First, and most importantly, my instincts had been correct. She was indeed fascinated with the great unanswered questions of metaphysicality. She held a yearning to understand that which could not ordinarily be understood. A woman after my own heart.
What was the other thing? You said you learned two things.
That she was thoroughly unhappy with her lot at Fortuna Hall. The theater owner was a heartless woman who, among other indiscretions, did not compensate Symmetry for her work.
Oh.
But she had no family, nor any other connections. She had nowhere else to go.
So you invited her to come live on the submarine?
To put it simply,
Did she bring all her props and stuff with her?
Everything she could carry.
Why? Was she gonna keep working as an illusionist on the submarine?
No, Miss Silkmoth would be working with me here in the Dream Chamber.
I notice she's not here anymore.
Her tenure with me has come to an end. She has moved on to pastures anew.
Huh.
Before we left port on the submarine's maiden voyage, Magnus asked a favor of me. He wished for me to venture into the Stonetop Inn, collect this cauldron, and bring it on board.
Okay, one thing I want to point out is that even though he's wearing these thick glasses where you can't see his eyes really, there's still like an eye, like there's still like a shine to the glasses to imply the direction he's looking at. Like you can still see like the little shade, like you'd see the white to show that like, oh, he is in fact like
Why couldn't he do it himself?
it's showing what direction he's
Could've
looking
been
at.
Strong enough, surely.
I'm not sure exactly.
See, like here it's like, oh, even though there are these thick, shiny glasses, they're still able to like show his expressions. I just like noticing details like this.
I was already preparing to bring a large amount of heavy equipment on board. I suppose Magnus considered it logical to fold the cauldron into that set.
Was it shut? And locked?
Shut, locked, and covered with the sailcloth. Magnus never told me what he kept inside it, if that's what you're asking. It's the cloth that Magnus used to cover the cauldron.
Why would he need to keep it covered?
Either to keep it away from prying eyes, or perhaps he concealed it for his own benefit. As good as they were, it was not Miss Silkmoth's politricks that interested me. Rather, I was interested in the base mindset they were a symptom of. In particular, her ruminations upon the great unknowns of life and death. There are clues to it, right here. Look at the choice of words. Unfathomable, inconceivable. And on the reverse, you need only look at the chosen subject matter for her newest work.
It's a Grim Reaper.
Has the wheel always looked like that?
Like what?
With one side broken off and replaced with a different material.
It's never been my job to steer the ship, so I've never really taken any notice.
Not fair.
Now this is a talisman, surely.
On the surface, it appears so. However, in this instance, I think the concept has been inverted.
A reverse talisman.
The face from the ether. It must be.
What's that?
Tell me, where did you find this?
It was locked in a safe.
Was it now? Would you mind if I took it off your hands?
It's not ours to give.
No, of course, of course. A shrink ray, I assume?
It actually does look like a shrink ray. All right, Grimoire. I'll be the guinea pig. Zap me.
Of course, it could be an enlightenment ray. Perhaps you ought to zap me instead.
No one's getting zapped.
A bit of light reading,
It's a book about a hex.
So I see. A charming pulp adventure by the looks of it.
Is it the same kind of hex that's in your hex bottle?
Let's see. No, they're quite different. The hex referred to here is merely an abstract form of curse that manifests, for the most part.
Sorry, did you just read the entire book?
Of course not. Just chapters 1 through 5. This is where I first learned about Miss Silkmoth and her residence at the Fortuna Hall Theater.
This was after you'd started living in the submarine.
Oh, hey, wait a second. The fog orb is the orb from her show.
Correct.
So Mortuga had the newspaper on board with him.
Only this solitary page.
Attention in full now? Alright. In a little bit, I'll do a break.
It's an incantation sealed in a glass bottle. Traditionally, you might bury such a thing under the floorboards of your house to protect from black magic.
What about if you threw it into the ocean? Would that do anything?
Likely it would have no effect. The ocean is simply too large to be held to account in this way. That belonged to Magnus Mortuga, but I suppose it should pass along to Cynthia.
Cynthia doesn't get all of Mortuga's stuff just because she took over as captain, surely.
Of course not. However, I imagine at some point Cynthia may wish to unlock the captain's cabin. It is hypothesized that Miss Moon was embroiled in some form of deal with Magnus Mortuga.
What kind of deal?
What would she give him? Money?
His heart beat not for money and things.
What did it beat for?
People. Kinship.
So, Mariana gave him a person.
Maybe information about a person. Or how to find a person.
We'll come back to him later. But we already have, Is there something we haven't gotten
It's
here
an
yet?
old bird.
Minus the bird. Is that... Why is it hanging over the desk?
That's one impressive
Fit
chair.
for a captain.
It's Mortuga's bookshelf.
A lot of these...
Scroll shelf. It's an old rug.
It's old, but it's not quite as dusty as the rest of them.
A series of ropes.
They're for hanging the bell from the ceiling.
Well, I think I'm gonna take a little break. I owe Tay a wellness check 20 minutes ago. Oops. So